It was just a typical Forsaken night. Too much liquor, and my unconscious body sprawling across the desk. What a sight. Fortunately, there was no one to see it. No one who cared. Alive, at least. Once a superstar detective, now a society's deadweight. Relic rotting in a world of cyber geezers. Losing work to OGs, hackers, and robocops. No jobs, no money, no friends. It could have been worse, I lied to myself. At least I didn't sell my soul to some cybernetic mumbo-jumbo. But Lady Death was already at my doorstep. I could feel it in my gut. All I had to do is wait a little longer. Oh, my head. The Solcent specialty of the pit. 1 part sweet mushrooms, 1 part kick from a disgruntled mule, and 98 parts industrial alcohol. Like a good hard punch on the nose. Helps me keep my edge. The bottle was almost empty. I needed a refill from the scray. If I can scratch up some creds, that is. I slid open the drawer on the right side of my desk. Long use had worn the handle to welcome my fingers. What at first glance looked like a rat's nest was actually a pile of overdue bills and eviction notices. A lot of time had passed since I had creds to pay these. Damn, I'm getting old. I shifted the papers around to see if they were hiding anything interesting. Something solid and heavy slammed against the inside of the drawer.
Easy, fuckface.
A familiar voice spoke inside my head.
Familiar? Now that's just slow. First you leave the hottest Spartan you ever could have dreamed of for another broad, and now this? So damn it, Cooper. No, buddy. Bro, we weren't just partners. We were one, bound in blood, kicking asses and taking names.
Oh. Partner, yeah. You made it sound dirty.
It's what I do, dumbass. You will remember that if you didn't fucking betray me. But I'm a forgiving type, so here's an offer. Take me for a ride, like you once did, you pathetic sob. Wield me like the majestic, badass, death-dealing tool should be wielded. Own it!
I shoved the papers aside to get a better look. It was my old service weapon. A TT-88. Automatic. Black as the underworld's basement.
What did you expect? A tiny girl living in your desk drawer?
Mama always told me, never trust a talking
Hey! No gun, no fun!
New messages. None. New job inquiries. None. Pleasant surprises. None. The only thing of interest was the scandalous and tragic local news, with the saucy headlines. Cyber investigators impaled on the job. Always wondered who came up with these bonds mots. All the journalistic babble distilled, it said that 3 upper crust investigators had been impaled at the Tresh Corner early this morning. There was a typo in the title, probably in a big rush to be the first to break the news. But what were they doing in the pit in the first place? Curiosity prevailed, and I decided to add a stop to my daily hustles, if I was in the neighborhood. I wondered, what were the odds they all tripped and impaled themselves at the same time? Or maybe there was something more sinister involved. Just push the damn thing harder. It's stuck. A truly horrific necktie was hanged around my ceiling fan. The only memory I had of her is the day she came to my office. No idea who transmitted the radio signal, but it was darn good. A mountain of muscle, fat, and jerry-rigged utility-class Augs burst through my office door. He was monstrous, almost grotesque. His breath? Whew, even more so. This big guy was wound tight as a clock spring, so I countered with my trademark calm. Easy now, big fella.
No worry, Mr. Cooper. I know won't hurt you.
If you cooperate, that is.
Hey, Cooper is the first 6 letters of, cooperate.
I really hope that means you're going to pay your taxes.
A slimy tax collector, his talking gorilla, and a bitter detective. Looked like I was gonna die in a hall of cliches. This wasn't the first time Buzz had tried to collect. He wasn't the brightest crayon in the box. I had dodged him numerous times, but he'd never brought muscle with him before. What happens if I don't pay?
Then Dimwit takes you to the sludges and you work off your debt. In your case, it will take around 5 years. Who knows, you might even survive the full stretch.
No one comes back from the sludges, and you know it.
Hey, I don't like it either, but it's not my fault you don't have an honest job or that you're behind on your taxes. You got yourself into this, my friend. Now be a man and face the consequences.
Knowing Buzz, there'd be a giant gaping hole in his plan somewhere. Just needed to push the right buttons. Hey, big guy. Haven't seen you around the neighborhood. You from the flats?
Yeah. Dimit Flat Boy.
What does it matter? Dimwit is a law enforcement officer and he's on duty. He's not going to let you slide just because you're from the same block.
Yeah. Dimit honest. Earn credit. Take to Nana. Nana proud.
Then I remembered. He was Nana John's kid. Nana was always so protective of him. How did things turn out this way? Does, Nana know you're a ruffian?
No, Dimit no Rufi. Dimit keep peace. Dimit have badge.
That's right, he's a law enforcement officer and he'll beat you up if you continue.
So you beat people for your job.
Yes, Dimit very goodly beat badly people.
And people who drink and don't pay rent are bad, just like Mr. Johnny here.
I drink because I'm unhappy, and I don't pay rent because I can't get any jobs. But I'm not bad.
Yes, he is. Look at him. He's trying to make you feel bad for doing your damn job.
Dimit no bad, Mr. Buzzy.
I know that, you dumb cunt. He's the one who's obstructing justice.
Dimit no let abduct injustice.
Now hold on a second.
Dimwit, please apply necessary measures, will you?
The big guy came at me like a speeding train, and you know what? I took it like a champ. The pain. The darkness. I'll always remember the day when she waltzed into my office. She sat into the armchair. I leaned to light her cigarette. Sweet tobacco filling the air.
I have a job for you, Detective.
7 sweet words looping in my mind. Forever.
I have a job for you, Detective.
I woke in pain to a breathtaking view. Across from my desk sat the smoothest, longest, most scantily clad pair of legs I'd ever dreamed of. Wearing a dress fashioned from a ridiculously luminous, scarlet as sin, out of this world material. Mind-numbingly beautiful, perched in my chair like she owned the place.
I have a job for you, Detective.
And who the hell are you supposed to be?
For the sake of this conversation, you can call me D.
I was expecting you, Lady Death.
I'll be your doom if you don't shut up and listen.
Just so you know, I'm, very expensive.
I could tell from your tastefully appointed office. You even got your own personal toilet.
Back in the day, the whole floor was my office. Waiting room, 3 bathrooms, a saloon. I even had a secretary. But I lost it all to the taxes.
I made sure that your troubles with local tax collectors and their apish enforcers go away forever. I've also taken the liberty to pay all of your outstanding bills.
I knew exactly what that meant. That's a lot of cred put on an old horse.
In a way. Your landlord, Basinski, is not an easy man to deal with, but he was glad to trade you for a pocketful of creds. He and his dim-witted bodyguard were about to put you on the elevator to the sludges.
A suicide mission. I'm listening.
Your reputation precedes you. Do this right, and you can have your peace. Until then, I own you.
One last job before she takes me away.
A girl is missing. I want you to find her.
Nothing like spring break in the pit, right?
A new trend among youngsters. A taste of freedom, it's what they call it.
I thought you uppers had a bigger budget for this kind of emergency.
We do. The best bullsec security was deployed moments after she went off the grid. That was at 9:10. Find out what happened to them.
I turned the green screen towards her. She took a moment to scan it.
Yes, that's them. Check that out. They might still be useful.
Tell me about this girl.
Her name is Lucy, a Class A+ citizen, 7 years old.
Wow. You didn't say she was only a kid. What was she doing out here alone?
7 decimal years. That's the equivalent of chronological 19. In fact, it was her 19th birthday.
Who is she to you? A daughter? Sister?
Arcology is no longer family-based, but she is as precious.
How does it work then?
When they turn 1 decimal time year old, they all go to prep school. There, they are supervised and guided by professionals to reach their best potential. At the age of 7, the age of majority, they have a month off before specialization and deployment.
Deployment.
To their professional careers, usually off-world.
Sounds like a very cold world they live in.
It's much more efficient, both for children and parents.
Efficiency isn't everything. What about the parents' love?
You mean hormonal responses? It's all chemistry, easily replaced with pills. Trust me, they never feel alone.
Why even bother having kids then?
So that evolution can take its natural course. Plus, parents can earn royalties and bonuses commensurate with their kids' performance.
A multi-level scheme with human lives. And I thought the arcology only looked like a pyramid. How do I find her?
Here's a photo, reconstructed moments before she went off the grid.
She leaned forward to slide a picture onto the table. The big, deep green eyes of a young upper-cruster girl looked back at me. Flawlessly lined, pearly teeth made an innocent smile full of life. Synthesized hair color matched the iridescent blue of her oversized hood atop a pine green bolero. Behind her, fragment reconstruction showed 3 young men messing around and laughing. Probably her friends. They were on a metro train that took them to the end of the world. That was the place to start the investigation. Her friends, did they return?
They came back at 021 hours. They were severely intoxicated and immediately placed in intensive care. They're in no state to be interrogated, so they're pretty much useless. If they do reveal any crucial information, I'll make sure you get it. But don't rely on that. You live in the Sentinel-forsaken pit, after all.
Just one thing.
I'll indulge you, but only one.
Are you by any chance a Bion?
What makes you think that?
Just a hunch.
I'm not a Bion, but you're speaking with my envoy, merely a vehicle for my true self. I see, hear, and feel through it. It's safer than hiring someone to do the job.
Fascinating. I've never heard of that.
Normal people save up for their whole lives just to secure their post-mortem Bion. Using it as I do is much too expensive for almost everyone.
Okay, I'll start looking.
Good. I transferred the funds to your account. It should be enough to cover your expenses while you search. Got your back, partner.
I returned the gun to where it belonged in the past.
I'll be back.
I needed a drink, and fast.
You were better, John. So much better than this wallowing PI bullshit you're trying to pull. Take this chance. Prove it yourself. I can help you.
Good partners are hard to find these days. The metro station. Huh. This is where Lucy landed in the pit. All I need to figure out is what happened after that. The locals refurbished it into some kind of tourist trap. A welcoming destination for uppers, with a bunch of shops and a bona fide info kiosk. Back in the day, this was actually one of the liveliest stops on the line. Workers from the flats swarmed here, traveling to a brighter tomorrow. Then it all came to an abrupt halt. People became homeless overnight. Ambitions were eradicated in favor of survival. The station itself became a warren for lost causes. Well, at least it's not a drug den anymore.